on the fourth day of Christmas.
Here's Vian King with today's Shine FM Moment of Hope.
A life-altering disability, infidelity, and trapped in a prison of fear. Those were only a few of my giants. What are yours? People see a happy marriage, a crown, a title as Miss Wheelchair Canada, but not understand the giants I've battled. I know what it is to be consumed with fear and struggling to find hope. How easy do you think it was for me to walk through infidelity with my husband? Once I started fighting with God's strength, the battles that nearly destroyed me actually gave me this contagious courage that has unlocked a new level of joy and freedom I didn't know existed. Did you know that every giant you face is an opportunity for an even bigger victory? What giants are you facing right now? Today, I challenge you to look at the giants in your path through God's strength and power, not your own. Do you ever feel that life gives you more than you can handle? Maybe you think, if God truly loved me, He wouldn't allow me to suffer like this. I know I'm not the only one who's yelled at God and said, "How could you let this happen?" Or, "Don't you care about me?" It was in my pain and periods of questioning that I learned to trust God more than ever before. Only then was I able to believe God when He said, "Vian, I'm able to do way more than you can ever hope or imagine if you just trust me." I've learned that if you're never tested, you'll never know what you're capable of. And if you don't learn to trust God, you'll never know what He's capable of. Are you willing to trust God with your pain and overwhelming circumstances today? I invite you to join me in an adventure to discover God's intended more for your life. Where do you run to when there's an emergency? What about in the everyday challenges of life when you need a safe place? This past summer, I saw a sign, "Muster Point," and the phrase, "Where do you run to?" kept replaying in my mind. When you're hurting, lonely, sad, or in crisis, where do you run to? For far too many years, God was not the first place I ran to. And if I'm completely honest, He'd often be the last. After years of running to people and things that left me feeling empty, frustrated, or worse, I've come to trust God as my safe place. So when I saw that sign, it hit me. God, You are my muster point. Do the places you run to for safety leave you feeling empty, frustrated, or worse? I challenge you today to make God your muster point. You'll see there's no safer place to run. What if I told you your weaknesses could actually be your biggest strengths? I'm a terrible speller. I don't always say the right things. But the best part of me, I'm in a wheelchair. For the longest time, I doubted myself and my abilities, portraying confidence, but my fears and insecurities were my prison. You see, focusing on everything you're not will always hold you back. I'm now an author, speaker, founder of a nonprofit, and hold the title of first ever Miss Wheelchair Canada and Miss Kindness World. I've come to realize that my biggest limitations are the ones I put on myself. My newfound freedom was not found in highlighting all of my strengths, but by embracing my insecurities and boasting about God's strength in me. I'm simply a confidently imperfect girl who said yes to God. I pray today that you will say yes to God. Allow Him to help you understand the strength of your weaknesses.
For more inspiration and hope from Vian, go to goingfarther.org.